Hi everybody, this is Angelique, also known as The Light. Welcome to my channel. Excuse my silky robe. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning. I cannot sleep. So I said, well, let me make some content. I have a little bit of a face on for you, but I'm not getting dressed to record. So it kind of is going to go with the theme of what I'm going to be talking about anyway. Please like this video, subscribe, stay a while if you like zodiac traits, narcissism, spiritual experiences, and chosen one videos are on this channel at the moment. But I can surprise you with some different type of content because I'm an all over the place type of person. Okay, but this channel is based on self-love, healing, and spirituality. Hope everybody is doing well. I can't sleep. I am eating my tortilla chips from Trader Joe's. Let me see if I can show you. Maybe you could try them. They're so good. They're slamming. And my alkaline water. I am tempted to go get my wine, but I'm trying to be good. All right. Hopefully my hair isn't messing with the microphone, and hopefully you can hear me well. Okay. This topic is a little deep, but it's needed. Okay. So, chosen ones, if you are still, I'm going to need you to stop playing with sexual energy. I feel chosen ones, empaths, anyone who has spiritual gifts, the gods, the goddesses, the spiritual people, um, anyone that's trying to live a life of light, please be careful with sexual energy. It's none of my business what people do in their bedroom, but if you want to have that full protection, you need to be careful who you have sexual intercourse with. Okay. Um, I did a video about who you let touch you. So if somebody can just touch your shoulder or hug you and take energy from you or dump some dark energy on you, then imagine what someone can do when it's intercourse. And I've learned a huge lesson. I think I might have another video on my channel, but I think it's about sex with narcissists. Okay. So there's never, how can I say, never too many videos that you can watch based on having sex with dark entities, right? And what I noticed is the more healed I became, the more aware I became, the more um, spiritual I became, the more in tuned I became, the less sex I had. I'm not gonna say I became damn near scared, but technically spiritual ones, when you really when you really become aware of how powerful sexual energy really is, you're not gonna want to share your sexual energy with just anybody. You're gonna be, especially women, men, um, what is it? Women intake, men output, okay? And yes, men still can get attacked by sexual demons as well, but men don't have a womb, okay? And when the chosen one woman, the magical woman, the spiritual woman, when she sleeps with, these F boys, they call them, these spiritual F boys, these demons, um, those, what I can I say, that darkness resides in her womb, and it could be there for centuries, and that's how a lot of diseases get passed down in the bloodline. Ignore my pimple. Those masks give me pimples. Okay, y'all don't really care, but anyway. Um, so I suffered from that. many, many years of being intimate with F boys, demons, narcissists, any type of man that had dark energy. I paid a high price for that. Yes, PCOS, cyst on the ovaries, runs in my family, but maybe it runs in my family because all the women in my family kept sleeping with dark entities. Okay? People love to say, oh, it's just hereditary. We have to really think about how did those particular generational curses even enter your family. A lot of them can be reversed by the chosen one finally taking a stand. I'm sure there's certain curses on people's families that they can't be reversed. But something as PCOS or fibroids or some of these infertility and all these different things, there's been many women who had this curse on her womb, generational curses, and they told her she couldn't have children, and she ended up having children. Why? Because if we say that we serve this magical, powerful God that created the universe, that created this earth, how could we say that? Excuse me. How could we say that they can't reverse that energy? God cannot reverse infertility, diseases, and all these different things, right? So that's in another. That's really really deep deep going in, but I really really want to focus on how when you sleep with somebody, you take on that individual's identity. Okay, you become one, and you develop many spiritual husbands and wives. And this explains why a lot of times someone you're dating, okay, so say if you met someone, perfect example, I feel everything, okay, and that's another reason why I don't have casual sex anymore. I feel everything. So I'll give you an example. The last guy that I dated, I knew he had another woman. It's almost as if the magical woman can literally feel. Not You don't even have to be magical or the chosen one. Women is built with this intuition, basically. Is it intuition or intuition? I say intuition. When I heard someone the other day say intuition, and I'm like, is that the correct way to say it? But anyway, my the woman's intuition is spiritual. Believe it or not, we can literally almost see that woman in our dreams. We may not know exactly how she looks, but we can see the figure of this woman. We can feel this woman literally on that man. Even, men even act different when they're messing with other women or another woman, okay? There's a certain DNA, there's a certain mark that goes on our lover, and we can feel that. And it is triple time intensity of a woman's intuition when she's a magical woman, spiritual woman, when she is a chosen one. We can feel her, okay, or multiples. We can feel when he loves her, lusts her, likes her more than he likes us. Um, we can feel if it's serious or it's not serious. I can. I don't know about you guys. You can write your stories in the comments about your experiences with your ex lovers, lover now, or husbands, or whatever, or even your woman if you're lesbian. And we feel all of this. And it's almost like you become a sister wife to his other woman because you are going to be intaking the personality, identity of his other woman or women. And then he comes home and he lays down with you unprotected. And now you're taking on a lot of those maybe trauma, personality traits. I'm sure there's been times where you're like, why am I feeling this way? And this is why your body even reacts, ladies. You get BV when you get uh, yeast infections, when you get UTIs back to back. And you're like, what is going on? That your wound, your vagina will literally tell you, uh, we have some intruders here. So if you are not even, your intuition's not working, even your wound is going to let you know. Okay, this is how a lot of us know that something's not right. Okay, and I dealt with that with all the narcissistic men that I dealt with. I stayed with those things, okay? But yet, now that I'm not sleeping with anyone, I have good health there. And for me, my cycles would act up. I would even spot or bleed in between periods whenever I was dealing with a man who spiritually wasn't right. Okay, so this is not something that you're imagining. So, a lot of you women who have maybe infertility, that could have been implanted, not just hereditary, it could have been implanted by a dark entity that you slept with. Um, you having yeast infections back to back, BV, UTIs back to back, bleeding in between your periods when you're not supposed to, is because your body is literally trying to purge that darkness out of your body. I know it sounds crazy, but it is real, okay? And I always quote this woman. Her name is Queen Afua. Sorry if you hear my stomach growling. Um, there's a woman named Queen Afua, AFUA. You can look her up on Instagram, and she has a website. She's expensive, but she has been in wound care for generations, okay? And if you want to do it on your own, you can get her books. All of her books are on Amazon. I met her. She's amazing. She's the one that got me into wound care and realizing how powerful people's spirits can impact your health, your wound, fellas, your genitals, all of that. Okay. And they don't have to be doing black magic on you. But yes, some people do spell work on men. But also, fellas, when you are sleeping with a woman and you're not being honest, if that woman is magical, if she is dealing with witchcraft or black magic or whatever it is that she's dealing with, or she's protected, your stuff can get impacted by that, and can get affected by that with diseases because you're not being 100 with her. So you get karma for doing her dirty when you could have just been honest with that woman. All right, that happens as well. And this is why you can't just play with just any old body. Be honest. There are plenty of people who want poly relationships. Don't be poly and then you want to play around with somebody who prefers monogamous relationships. Okay? So, fellas, as well, you can sleep with a woman and she has dark energy and your life flips upside down. You lose your job, you lose your car, you lose connection with your children, you lose your apartment, you lose everything. Your life can get flipped upside down messing with these Jezebel dark entities type of women. I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen many times, okay? It is not just men out there, F-boy or narcissistic men. There's many women, many Jezebel spirit. I know a lot of Jezebel spirit women who try to befriend me. And I'm like, hell no. And when I see these men running after them because they got a big old booty or they're pretty or whatever, I'll be looking at them like, you better go the other way, brother. um, so I'm going to tell y'all a couple of stories of how I got impacted by dealing with the wrong type of energy, okay? And I'm sure some of you have probably experienced this before. So, I used to deal with this guy on and off for years. Oh my gosh. And he was a Scorpio. And Scorpios are really impacted by um it's very because Scorpios rule the genitals, so they could be prone to um sexual STDs basically. So I did find out. I mean, he didn't give it to me. I don't have herpes, but later on I did find out that he had herpes, and I found out that he was sleeping with a lot of women. And I remember years ago, I think it was probably maybe like 2018 ish, 2017 ish, the last time I was intimate with him. I remember the last time I was intimate with him, I began to have these weird dreams, right? And I'm like, what the heck is that? Why am I having these dreams, right? So I began to have homosexual dreams, guys. And I'm a person, I don't have sex dreams. So it was really weird, but I was having homosexual sex dreams of like a woman doing things to me, pretty much. And I was like, what is that? Why am I having these dreams? This is weird. I never dream of me and a man, so why am I dreaming of me and a woman, right? So the next time I saw him, we got into like this deep conversation. We got into a deep conversation, and he proceeded to tell me that he caught. You know what? I'm not gonna even tell the story because I feel like that would be foul to tell the story out loud. Because I feel like if somebody watched this video, they'll figure out who he is. Let's just say this: he saw one day two men engaging in an act, and he said it actually turned him on. And I was like, that's why I'm having these lesbian dreams. Holy crap. So I didn't even tell him. That was just probably, I think that was like the last time I even was intimate with him. And that's how powerful it really is. So you can sleep with someone who they're dealing with something with their sexuality, they're dealing with anger, they're dealing with jealousy, they're dealing with insecurity, and the next thing you know, you it got transferred to you. This man transferred his sexual desires or confusion or whatever he wanted to identify with it to me. And here I was. I have never had the desire to be with women, and a little bit after, I prayed and cleansed myself, and I didn't go back that route with him. I didn't judge him. I gave him a safe space to be. I actually told him, like, be careful, if you decide to go that route in that lifestyle. I don't know if he ever did. We've spoken since then, but he never mentioned it ever again to me after that time. And I didn't have any sexual dreams of women after not sleeping with him anymore. And this is how powerful it really can be. And recently, this was like, I think this was in, yeah, this was like last year, actually, the last time, excuse me, I was intimate with someone, the last guy I dated. And we slept together for the last time, and then I was going on a trip to Puerto Rico last year, and I'm a pretty confident woman, especially in my looks. It took me a long time to love, myself and love the outer shell of me, regardless of me being an overweight woman. And I'm pretty confident. So I go on this trip and I'm talking about, I feel like extremely insecure. And I'm like, where is this coming from? What did I do different? What's going on? Like, I was just so insecure about my looks. Like, I'm never insecure about my looks. I was like, what is this? I had the bomb outfits. I was looking great. And I was like, okay, maybe because I'm on a trip with these skinny chicks. Like, I'm like, all my friends are pretty much skinnier than me. Like, no, that can't be it. Like, what is going on? You know, it was just the weirdest thing. I had this hovering, dark insecurity feeling over me, and I could not grasp it. It wasn't until I came home that I said, oh snap, I slept with him right before the trip. And he's a very highly insecure man. Like, he does not like the way he looks, he doesn't think he's attractive. If I compliment him, he's like, stop it. I don't want you to compliment me. I'm not good looking. I'm not this. I'm not that. I had all of that. I didn't even want pictures taken of me. And I'm like, oh my goodness, what the hell? My period wasn't coming or anything around that time. Remember, I had got it already. And I was like, wow. Came home, had to cleanse myself. And a couple of days later, I was feeling fine again. But some of you don't know how to cleanse yourself. Some of you don't know you can take a spiritual bath, or you can pray, you can sage yourself, you can do all these different things, whatever method you decide to do. But a lot of you have sex with people and you're carrying these people thought processes now. You're carrying their traumas, you're carrying their insecurities, and you're like not noticing it. They're not you to carry. And that's why, you see couples, they start looking alike. You see, or you start looking like you sneaky link. This is like this whole sneaky link thing that everyone's talking about. And I'm just like, why do you have a sneaky link? Like, just date them then. Because now you're basically like you're basically like your sneaky link. That's why people fall in love with their sneaky link eventually, because they're becoming them. That person that you're sleeping with every week, you think that you're not going to be taking DNA from them. Yeah, you are. So yes, chosen one, yes, magical people, yes, spiritual people, be careful, because when they say you are what you eat, you are where you sleep. You are where you sleep and who you sleep with, right? And that is very scary, okay? Very, very scary. This has happened to me multiple times, This guy who I thought was my twin flame, or maybe he was just a karmic, I'm not really sure. Maybe he's both. Um, with him too. After sleeping with him, I felt so sad. I felt so depressed. I was like, what the hell is wrong with me? Then he confesses to me that he's bipolar and he's on medication. And I'm like, oh my God, that's why I was feeling so depressed. And it was like an overwhelming depression that I had never felt before. I literally was, he downloaded these emotions in me. And, a lot of you don't realize that because, the D or the P is so good that you don't realize you're literally becoming these people, and you don't know what people are dealing with. So be careful, and if you can, get to know people. I'm not going to sit there and say marriage is for everyone, but get to know people before you sleep with them. Okay? Scan them, Google them, do a background check, a criminal check on people, because it's very dangerous out here. And it's not just STDs, but it's sexually, what is it? Transmitted, spiritual transmitted disease. I think that's how they call it. It's dangerous out here, so please be careful. I don't want to make this video too long. If you like it, I might go in depth a little bit longer. You know, I see a lot of you throwing different topics out at me. If you have a topic idea, you can donate of $10 and up, and I will do that video for you. Or if you just want to donate to help me keep running my channel, you can do that as well. Okay. If you need a phone booking session, you need to vent. Oh, yes, I want to say this. I don't do tarot readings. I don't do spiritual readings, okay? Not at this present moment. Um, you book me because one, you may not be able to afford an expensive ass psychologist. You need somebody who has a route for you to start your spiritual journey or your healing journey. And if you are experiencing situations with narcissists, I can guide you through that. Okay, guys? Talk to you soon. I hope you like this video. And all the information for phone booking sessions and donating will be in the description bar and will be in the comment section. Okay? All right. Love and light. Talk to you soon.